Hi, welcome back to Cedar's Adventure. If you didn't watch the last episode, I'll quickly just talk very quickly about what I'm doing here. I'm just laying down a road system and a path system for the front entrance to my park. This includes the area for the guests to park their cars, and also a staff area for where the staff members can enter and work, so to speak, at the park. So here I'm using a mod called Path Covers. This allows me to do diagonals and also do more kind of flowing curves, makes it look a bit more natural. So I have been asked the question, do I use mods, and if so, why? And yes, I do. I used kind of the same 6-7 mods over and over. They're not hard to install if you really want to put them in. I just use the Nexus client from the Parkitect Nexus website, and then you can download them really easily from there. A few of my favorites are the Path Essentials, as I just spoke about, which allows me to cover paths and make them curvy. The other ones are the 5 Shy Guys sets. There's 4 Main Street sets, and then there's 1 dining set. I love the dining set. I don't necessarily use it for making tables and chairs, but I use pieces from it to make other things. There's a lot of poles in that set and wooden sticks like I'm actually using here now. I really love that one. There's a few little bits from the pirate set I like. Dinosaur set doesn't really work anymore, but there is a few bits of shrubbery from that one that still work. So yeah, I mean, I know people don't like using mods because after a while, as the game gets updated, some of the mods don't work anymore, and things you did in your park are not working anymore, and it was kind of a waste of time. So I can understand why people don't want to use them. I think for what I'm trying to achieve in the game, it's not really possible without mods. Because as you know, that this park I'm building here, the aim of it for me is to try and make it as real as possible. So I think without the mods, I can't really do that. Although I think to play the game without mods is also actually really cool. I've done a few parks without mods, just kind of as a challenge for myself to see what I can create without using all the added downloaded pieces. And there's so much you can do, especially with moving around the pieces, and you're not kind of restricted to the grid with some pieces, which is really cool. I think that was a problem I had with the Roller Coaster Tycoon series, and I think that's was one of the aspects of Parkitect that make it really, really great, is you're not fully restricted to that grid. So some other questions I've been asked is, why do I not play Planet Coaster? Now, I would love to play Planet Coaster, but unfortunately I play on a MacBook, and the MacBook does not support Planet Coaster. If I had a PC, I would probably play it and be making videos, but I bought Parkitect about 2 years ago, maybe. I think it was in pre-alpha 3 or something like that, and I remember at the time you couldn't really build much. There was only a selected amount of walls, but they couldn't be risen up, and since then the game's come on so far, and I've just been playing that ever since, to be honest. I think if I had Planet Coaster, if I had a PC, I would have been on that. But also my computer handles this game a lot better than I think Planet Coaster would. I used to play Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 a lot, and my computer used to really struggle with that, and I had a lot of crashes and constant, files corrupted and things like that, which was really annoying. And I think if I had Planet Coaster, my computer would suffer as well. So this game is really computer friendly. It also really depends on how much you add into a park. So hopefully this park, I'm guessing it's going to get a bit laggy as the more I add into it, because of how much I want to put into it detail wise. But I could deal with a bit of lagginess. So here I'm moving on to the park entrance, which I got the inspiration from Six Flags Great America. Had this kind of really long building with like these cool towers in between with the spiky roof on top. So I've kind of downscaled that and made my own version. I'm using a few of the Shy Guy sets here and these chunky kind of squares from the Pipes and Vents set, which is also one of my favourite mods. I use these squares for making these chunky pillars and also for making the roller coaster footers. There's some of the things, like in the Pipes and Vents set, as I said with the dining set, I don't necessarily use to make pipes and vents. I kind of get creative, well, try to get creative with them and make other things. So parquet entrances aren't really my strong point, I would say. I always have to look up kind of references. That's why I looked up Six Flags Great America for this one. I didn't have that parquet in my head when I was building this. I did some research before and looked at a few different parts, and I kind of like the colour scheme of this entrance. I've not copied it exactly, but I've definitely used it as a base for me to build on. As I said, parquet entrances aren't really my strong point, and if I had to make one without looking at any references, I probably could, but it wouldn't be very good. I have done a few in the past and they're okay, but I definitely need to look up references for those kind of things. Buildings for me have always kind of been my weak point. I've always struggled to come up with things. I can build them, but I definitely prefer doing roller coaster layouts. That's kind of like my thing, I would say. But I'm getting better at building, so I'm definitely improving. I've been practicing my building since Roller Coaster Tycoon 3, to be honest, and every time I'm building I'm getting new ideas and new little ways to do things. It's like, for me, it's just making sure the textures are all different. Like here I'm adding these pipes in just to make those walls look a bit different in the middle there, and it gives it that extra kind of detail. So once I've done this entrance building, I'd kind of map out the area with the paths and add some turnstiles, which you'll see me do very soon. They're not obviously functional in the game. I just do things for aesthetic, which is kind of what I do with most of the things in the game. I just kind of pretend they're real, as some of the things aren't actually functional. So I shall leave you now to watch the rest of my video. If you have any questions for me about the game, about mods, theme parks, roller coasters, or anything kind of amusement park related, then leave me a comment down below. Like and subscribe, and join me next time for more of Cedar Fair's adventure, where hopefully I move on from this car park.